gentlemen, I am the Velvet Voice Walker Stewart. I'm going to be joined by Diamond Jim James Southern in just one moment on the broadcast booth tonight. We have a bombastic, a jammed-packed edition of Texoma Pro Wrestling action, and it's happening live here, our first time in a new town, new equipment. It is a new era in Texoma Pro Wrestling. Healdton, Oklahoma. Lay eyes to the leader of the Mercist regime, the Mercist himself. Merc is in the building, and he is going to be taking on a beloved fan favorite here tonight in Texoma Pro Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Wobble makes his way down to ringside tonight. As I said earlier on, a fan favorite here tonight in Texoma Pro Wrestling. The Healdton, Oklahoma faithful is very receptive to the words of the creator of the Wobble line dance. Mr. Wobble is happy to be here. And ladies and gentlemen, I am happy to be alongside Diamond Jim James Southern. James, how is it going, my friend?
It is a phenomenal night here in Healdton. This crowd is fired up. Mr. Wobble's fired up. I think Merc is as fired up as he can be, but this contest is really going to get things started off with a bang.
Well, it definitely will, Diamond Jim, and I got to tell you, the leader of the Mercist regime, this man, I mean, it's one of the core tenets of Mercism here, James. Mercism is all about cutting down on the comedic stylings in professional wrestling. He is a serious professional wrestler. That's what he proclaims himself to be, as well as all of the other Mercists here in Healdton, Oklahoma. And ladies and gentlemen, the bell has sounded. This match is underway. A clash of styles, if there ever was one, James. Mr. Wobble taking on Merc here live to kick off Texoma Pro Wrestling Bulldog Beatdown.
Truly a yin and yang there, a black and white, and not just on Mr. Wobble's gear, but truly a contrast of styles, as you mentioned. It'll be interesting to see. Wobble likes to have a good time as you see him doing a little wobble there for the crowd.
And this is something that we've seen this countless times here, James. I mean, you've been subjected to it. Mr. Wobble likes to see people in his matches wobble.
He likes the wobble. You know, you create something, it's near, it's dear to your heart. You want to see others share that joy. But no joy. Calling Mr. Wobble a clown here.
Well, the battle lines have been drawn here tonight in Healdton. And ladies and gentlemen, a collar and elbow tie-up here now. Transition straight into the wrist lock there for Merc. Taking control of the arm. Now, who do you believe has the advantage in this competition? I mean, there's a lot of differences between Mr. Wobble and Merc as these two men battle back and forth, James.
You've got to give Merc the edge when it comes to technical grappling, to the art of wrestling, as it were. But you've got to think that Wobble's coming in here. He's relaxed. He's having a good time. His mind isn't as much focused on this contest, and that could be a blessing or a curse for him. We'll have to see how things work out for Wobble.
Absolutely. And Merc, he has the offensive here on Mr. Wobble now, transitioning out of that submission maneuver. Just slightly embarrassing moment there for Merc here, James.
Just letting him know he was there with a little love tap from Mr. Wobble.
That's not exactly politically correct there, James. That's Merc and Mr. Wobble now.
Would you care to provide me with the politically correct term for oil check, Walker?
Well, I don't really believe that that's my discretion here, James, but nevertheless, interlocking of the fingers here now, a test of strength between Merc and Mr. Wobble.
Classic Greco-Roman knuckle lock being applied here, a test of strength between these two.
Absolutely, and Merc with a serious power advantage here. Mr. Wobble, though, trying to find himself back to a vertical base, which he does, and he always gets the job done at the end of the day. Mr. Wobble showing Merc just exactly how the wobble is done.
Wobble now in control here, taking advantage of that momentary distraction he had over Merc.
Absolutely. A fantastic professional wrestler that Mr. Wobble is, but Merc trained at the Wrestle One Dojo in Japan.
Notice a very smart move there, grinding his knuckles into the thigh bone to get those arms to open up for that butterfly lock he's got on now.
Absolutely. You'll love to see this out of your professional wrestling action. The technical stylings of Merc cannot go understated. We talked about that training at the Wrestle One Dojo. Trained in a whole myriad of styles here, James.
Indeed, he also went down to Arena Mexico and trained in the CMLL dojo program under names like Ultimo Guerrero. You know, that had to be a great learning experience for Merc, and he's got to try to put that to work in this contest against Mr. Wobble.
Yeah, but he's going to be struggling if he has to eat maneuvers such as that one now. Mr. Wobble off the ropes, drop down, leapfrog is Merc. Oh. Up to the middle rope goes Mr. Wobble, chop to the chest.
And a little bit of a wobble there on those ropes, but it looks like he's got things back where he wants it.
He's got to try to find his balance here, and he does to the top rope, Mr. Wobble.
And a wave to the fans before he does it. Wobble is feeling himself now.
Absolutely. Oh, splash right in the corner. Wobble now out of the corner once again. Hip attack. Taking that side headlock. It's a Bulldog beatdown tonight.
A little Bulldog for the Hilton Bulldogs.
This crowd is fired up for Mr. Wobble, and now Merc sent to the outside.
But it looks like Wobble still has something in mind. Keep your eyes on Wobble.
What's going to happen here, Mr. Wobble? Oh, and Derek James, one of the loyalists of the Merxis regime, sticking his nose where it doesn't belong. Don't turn around, Wobble.
Loyalty comes at a cost for Merc there.
That cost might be your matchup, and now Mr. Wobble heading to the top rope. This can only be dangerous here, James.
Wobble taken to the skies.
What is, colliding directly with Derek James.
Air Wobble is successfully cleared for takeoff.
The Hilton Municipal Airport's going crazy for that one there, James. And now Merc. Oh, my! Swinging neck breaker off the rope hang.
Just draping Wobble out to dry there before hitting that neck breaker.
Going for the cover here. Only a count of two, and you notice how Merc had all of the weight on the shoulders of Mr. Wobble. There is not a better position he could have been in for that cover. It just wasn't enough.
Now just raining blows down on Wobble here. Merc beginning to lose his cool.
Well, we're starting to see these frustrations build, as you mentioned here, James, and that's sometimes where Merc starts to slip up, get inside his own head a little bit. Oh, my!
Just firing his body like a missile.
Two count there, and I got to tell you, I can't get over the pinpoint accuracy that Merc had on that drop kick directly in the back of the neck of Mr. Wobble.
Square between the shoulder blades with your throat draped across the rope. You know that momentarily cut off the air or blood flow for Wobble, and that's going to be playing a huge factor in this match going forward.
This crowd is hot for Wobble here tonight, and this is not music to Merc's ears whatsoever. It's only enraging him, James.
Have you ever bore witness to a public shunning, Stuart?
Well, every single time that Merc's in the building, he tries to start one. The Hilton Bulldogs are not feeling it here tonight. Oh, massive headbutt to Mr. from Mr. Wobble to Merc, now kick to the knee. Did you hear the crack on that one, James?
Mr. Wobble set off with his head.
From the front and the back, the cover. And only a 2 count. This match rolls on here.
Very, very close. These two are giving it all they've got.
It does not get better than this. What a way to start off Texoma Pro Wrestling. Wobble, he has him now. Go over the ripcord, but the boot directly to the skull of Wobble. Now, he's got it locked in. The crossface, the arm trap crossface.
Look, and he's going for that other arm. He's got it cinched behind him. There's no option for Merc to get to the ropes here.
There is nowhere for Merc to go. Oh, what is Derek James doing? This is... Well, this is absolutely egregious. This beatdown between Derek James and Merc, the regime is taking down Mr. Wobble, dismantling him piece by piece. Diamond Jim James Southern has left the broadcast booth. There is an obvious message being sent right now from the regime to every other member of the Texoma Pro locker room. Oh my gosh. Absolutely detestable actions here from the regime. Absolutely unnecessary. And this crowd not too sure what to make of the Merc's beliefs here of Merc and Derek James. Meanwhile, Mr. Wobble may need some help.